Hello, welcome back. Today's video is going to be 20 things that I love about 2020. We've all survived 2020. We know there's a lot of not so good stuff. And if I'm being totally honest, the day that I'm filming this was a classic 2020 day. I had a bunch of expensive and not so fun dental work done, and Lauda got some sad news about a friend. So we took the day to just kind of feel our feelings. I'd initially planned to just not do a video upload for today, the day you're seeing this. But when Ani went to bed and Lauda went into tutor, I got to thinking that yeah, today sucked. A lot of this year has been not so great, but there have also been some amazing positives. So that's what today's video is about. Thing number one that I love about 2020 is all of the family time that we got to have. Obviously here I'm talking about immediate family time, Lauda, myself, and Ani, and Biscuit. We didn't see our extended family much at all, and definitely not at the holidays, but we had so much unexpected time with just the three of us, playing, cuddling, reading books, being outside in our yard, watching movies, just making memories. In all honesty, if this year hadn't happened the way it did, we wouldn't have gotten. And that sort of rolls into thing that I love number two, and that is specifically my immediate family, again, meaning Lauda, Ani, and I's, physical and mental health this year. So many people have struggled with both of those things, including people in our extended families and really close friends. I have a lot of thoughts and feelings about what they've struggled and gone through. At the same time, I can feel badly for that situation and be very happy and loving about our personal health. And in some ways, I'm even more grateful that we do have our health, mental and physical, because so many people are struggling right now. And we just don't know what tomorrow's gonna bring. But for every day that we are healthy, I'm gonna love it. Thing that I love about 2020 number three, audiobooks and reading. I've always been a big reader. I think at last count, I'd have to check, I was at like 91 books in 2020 alone. Granted, a lot of those have been audiobooks, but I have physically read some books as well. And that's not including all the kids' books I've read to Ani and all of the kids' audiobooks we've listened to. But yeah, I love audiobooks. Granted, I love that every year, but I think this year being home, they're that much more enjoyable to me. It's a little mommy time. Thing that I love about 2020 number four is the ability for me to be a stay-at-home mom. We never expected to have either Lauda or I staying home with Ani this long, but we're so grateful that we're able to do it. I'm so grateful that Lauda has a job that, you know, pays her enough for us to be able to do this, to be able to keep Ani here, for us to have more access to her, to see her grow, to have fun, yada, 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 all of those things. Like I said, I never expected to be a stay-at-home mom this long, but I absolutely love it. Thing that I love about 2020 number five is how many acts of kindness I have seen, whether it be through people I know and love, through projects I've tried to spearhead and people have helped me with, good little stories on the news, social media, all of those things. There have been so many incidents where people step up to help the people around them. I'm a big fan of people taking time out of their day to do something kind for other people, and I have seen so much of that in 2020. Thing that I'm happy about in 2020 number six, on the lighter side, is vegan chicken nuggets. When I first went vegetarian, I tried a couple different brands of chicken nuggets, and they weren't terrible, but they weren't great. And now that I stay home with Ani so much and I'm making lunches for us daily, periodically we'll have nuggets. Usually they're vegan nuggets, and man, have they stepped up their game. A lot of the vegan nuggets that we get are just as good as the store-bought chicken nuggets you get, and Lauda agrees with that too, so I know it's a real thing. So, vegan chicken nuggets. Thing that I love about 2020, number seven, is technology, specifically in the role of keeping everybody connected. We're all so isolated right now, so having the ability to FaceTime, Zoom, text message, audio call, sort of old school, all of those things, stay connected to extended family who we're not seeing, friends, etc., has been lovely. It's been a lifeline, especially because we're here where none of our family is. It's been so nice to be able to do, video chats and send little video clips and see clips of nieces and nephews and all of that. Thing that I love about 2020, number 8, is podcasts. I'd kind of fallen off the podcast wagon for a while, and I've just hopped back on. My 2 particular favorites of 2020 are This Might Get Weird and Armchair Expert. I could go into detail about why I love them, but let's just say, suffice it to say, I love both of those podcasts as well as some other ones. Thing that I love about 2020, number 9, hoodies. I live in Texas. I don't get to wear hoodies very often, so whenever I have hoodie weather, I'm so grateful. And the great thing about this house that we bought is in the living room, the ceilings are so high that it stays kind of chilly out here during the day. So today's a good example, got up to almost 80, but in the living room, I could get away with wearing a hoodie because it was still chilly in the living room. I love a good hoodie. I think I'm at thing that I love about 2020, number 10, and even though this wasn't created in 2020, it was introduced to me in 2020, and that is The Mandalorian. We have been watching it on Disney+. Absolutely love it. Be a fact, it led us to rewatch all of the Star Wars movies, TV shows, etc., as Christmas break has gone by, and that's just been really fun. I don't think Lauda and I have ever sat down and watched all of those movies together, so it's just been a fun thing to share. Thing that I love about 2020, number 11, was my sister's wedding, specifically that I was able to get there and be a part of it. We initially weren't going to go just because it didn't seem safe, but in the end, we were able to find a way to make it work for at least me to go enjoy that day with her and her new husband, as well as some of the family that was able to be there. I'm so happy I didn't miss that. I would have been really bummed. Thing that I love about 2020, number 12, is having a big backyard. This was specifically helpful for spring, summer, and fall. We're not using it so much right now, but being able to get out there, have some fresh air, some sunlight, some shade when needed, when we really couldn't go many other places like parks and stuff like that, was such a godsend. We loved spending time in our backyard as much as we could. Thing that I love about 2020, number 13, is Laura and I, a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, ordered a new mattress. It is a memory foam mattress. We love it. Absolutely love it. Worth what we paid for it. Love it. Did I mention we love it? We love it. Thing that I love about 2020, number 14, is evening showers. I have always been a morning shower person unless I worked out in the evenings or had gotten gross or maybe been around sick people during the day. But during 2020, I have gone to almost entirely evening showers. And the reason I love it specifically is, while I love being a stay-at-home mom, being a stay-at-home mom to a toddler is a very demanding job. And those evening showers let me have 10 to 15 minutes of just peace and quiet and relaxation. Thing that I love about 2020, number 15, is getting back into a habit of meditating mostly daily. Every now and then I miss a day, every now and then I do meditate more than once a day, but I'm consistently doing it 1 time a day at least, and it's wonderful. If you're not a fan of meditation, I understand it's not everybody's jam, but I do encourage you to try it again, maybe for a shorter interval of time. I've done it with kids as young as 2nd, 3rd grade, and we started them out with like a 1 or a 2 minute, essentially a deep breathing exercise. But I can feel a difference when I meditate regularly, particularly when I have a moment where my thoughts are racing or I am really upset. I'm in practice of calming my thoughts and centering myself, and it's so helpful. Thing that I love about 2020, number 17, is all of the cool toys we now own thanks to Ani and having an excuse to play with them. You know, you saw the clips of us playing over the weekend with all of her new Christmas toys, but as she gets older, she's getting toys that, for an adult, are a little bit more fun to play with. Coloring books, paints, crafts, building sets, whether they're the magnetic ones, the brain blocks, the mega blocks, the little people sets, and playing imaginatively. It's so fun to play with those toys. Obviously, we're 2 adults. We didn't have them in our house, but I love having them around again. Thing that I love about 2020, number 17, is 2-person board games. I talked about this recently. Lauda and I really like playing board games, and I've been pulling our board games out that can be played with 2 people. So much fun. Just something to do, particularly because we are spending so much time together. It gives us something to do together, enjoy, and we have a topic of conversation right on hand. Thing that I love about 2020, number 18, banana bread. Ani and I have made a ton of banana bread. I love banana bread. Banana bread. Thing that I love about 2020, number 19, is starting a YouTube channel. I really started the channel just to kind of document our daily lives. So as Ani got older, we'd have fun, cute things to look back on. But an unexpected blessing with that is all the friends that I've made, being able to have family who isn't close by, at least somewhat feel a part of or up to date with what we're doing. And yeah, it's just been a fun way to connect. And the last but not least thing that I love about 2020 is the constant reminder to be grateful for what we do have and the good things in our life. It goes back to there have been so many negatives this year that it's easy to lose sight of the fact that there have been positives as well. And appreciating those positives while we have them, because we now are reminded of the fact that they can be taken away so quickly and so unexpectedly, has been something I've absolutely loved making sure that I'm doing. I think in general I'm pretty good about being grateful, but I feel like I can always do better. Most people can always do better. So that's been a great thing about 2020, is reminding myself daily to be grateful. But yeah, that is it. That is 20 things that I love about 2020. Some were serious, some were a little bit more fun or silly, but at the end of the day, they are all things that I did in fact love this past year. Hopefully this will encourage you to kind of sit down and think through, or maybe even write down some of the things you are grateful for, because there probably are at least a handful, even if it feels like everything is going wrong. At any rate, we will see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.